Good morning, everyone. Good evening and good afternoon to viewers from all walks of life. This is Desomos, and you're welcome to the channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking empaths free. If you are new on this channel, I talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. I talk about spirituality, and I talk about personal and self-growth. And if any of that resonates with you, I invite you guys to join us, give us a like, share the video with friends, and you may subscribe if you haven't already. And for those that have always been with us, you are welcome back, and I thank you for your love and support. Now I'm going to find the name for this video as we go along because I've been trying to find the best way to call this video. But I want you guys to listen to this story. I awakened in 2019. That was in August. I got my spiritual awakening. Now 3 months later, it was around November, I met another individual who in that time I didn't know that was a narcissist. So this was a lady. Now, having been familiar to patterns of narcissistic abuse and how they operate and everything, now when I met this individual, I later on realized a few months down the road, we didn't stay a very long time in that entanglement. I figured out that that particular individual was a much more serious, even 100 times worse than the first one. I figured out that this individual, later on I would learn that this particular individual was a greater narcissist. Not only a greater narcissist, but also a spiritual narcissist. Now I was like, how is it possible that I've just left one narcissist and another one pops up? Not only that, later on in my workplace, in those same months, there was another narcissist in my workplace. Actually, there were like two of them. There was even a psychopath in that time. These were things I hadn't known for years. I'd been seeing these people. They had been all around me many times, but I hadn't been seeing them. In my workplace, I could recognize that particular individuals were actually narcissists, or even some of them psychopaths. Now, along the lines, I was like, okay, so I'm waking up. I'm starting to be aware. My eyes are open. I'm starting to protect myself. I'm very selective of the people I let in, the ones who are going out, the ones who are coming in. So I was very, very protective of my own energy. But guys, let me tell you something. I thought that when you wake up, you're a free person. That the very moment you say, okay, so now you figured it out, you've woken up, everything is free, you're now free, you're going to start doing all these kind of things. I thought that it was as easy as that. I want to bring this attention to the awakening empaths or the awakened empaths. A lot of times you're going to realize as an awakened empath that you're continuously being targeted by different individuals. Now, let me tell you something, people. I've told you this thing of narcissism and everything is spiritual. So this whole thing has been going on very many periods of times. For as long as you've been living, you have been actually involved with narcissists. You just weren't aware of it. You have been meeting a lot of narcissists along your way, but you were just not aware that you're dealing with abuse. When you wake up, the reason why you weren't aware of that initially, that is because a lot of those narcissists, the first thing what they do when they come into your life, they put you to sleep. Now for me, I was lucky because after waking up, I could know that actually these individuals, the first thing what they will do when they come into your life, they try to turn off your bulbs and they put you to sleep. So I was very much aware of this pattern. So I could protect myself. In those days when I met the greater narcissist, I did not even wait for the confirmation. I sent up packing straight away. Another one showed up in my work. They attacked me. They said this and this and this. I noticed those individuals. I sent them packing. Guys, that cycle started carrying on and on and on and on. And I would recognize that each and every person that were coming in, they were very similar patterns from the previous ones. Now you see, when you're dealing with this kind of narcissism, for you to understand what you're dealing with, these demons, they're using people as vessels. They know you, they know who you are, they know what is your destiny, and they know where you're heading. So on a very spiritual level, in the spiritual realm, they know who you are and they know where you're heading. That's why a lot of times along your journey, you have been meeting a lot of blockages. It is as if these people, they will come out of nowhere. You're having a good time, maybe you're looking for a relationship, maybe you're just in church, maybe you're in the shopping mall. They just pop out of nowhere. You will never recognize these individuals where they're coming from. You will believe there is somebody sending them along your way. You will not know exactly what those individuals are after. An awakening empath or an awakened empath. An awakened empath is a very big target for narcissists. You will be surprised, people, when you awaken, that these individuals are not going to let you to rest. The reason why it is very important to have a spirit of discernment is because those individuals, they will not stop. Those entities, those demons, they won't stop. They want to come back and check, how informed are you? For me, the greater narcissist tested me in so many ways. You know what I mean? I could see all these little gaslightings, those things, the word salads, the blame shifting, and all these things you can think about when talking about narcissistic abuse. I would see all of them. The silent treatment. I could see all the patterns. I could tell the narcissist that I'm very familiar with those patterns. In those days, initially, I didn't know that I was dealing with. So I didn't know that this person was a narcissist. So I told the narcissist that I'm very familiar with those patterns that you're doing. I think I've seen them before. Or, you're over imagining things, you're overthinking things, and this and this. Then I saw another one. Then I saw another one. So I was like, it's most likely. So normally what I do when I figure out this kind of individuals, these narcissists like that, what I usually do, I eliminate myself very quietly. They will not even know that they will not even know that I've left. I will eliminate myself very quietly out of those entanglements, even before it goes in a deeper. So that narcissist did not see me coming. They had finally made their match. You see, the awakened empath, when you meet those narcissists, you will show them exactly who they are. That's when they are going to know that they have made their match. For the very first time, they are going to see that they can never suck you into their lives, whichever way, shape, or form. No matter what they do, they can never suck you into situationships with them. So most of the times, as an awakened empath, you realize an influx. If it has previously been with your partner, with the relationship, you're going to notice there's another guy in your workplace. There's another person in your neighborhood. They want to come in, they want to have some relationship. They want to be your friends. They want to be close to you. Those kind of things. And guys, if you're awakened and you know all these patterns and all these little dots, you can add everything together. You will already know those individuals, they're up to no good. Because eventually, a person who is awakened, you're aware. Awakening also includes awareness. It also includes enlightenment. You're enlightened, you're aware. You are aware of who a narcissist is. So you're not going to tell me that a person is going to come around in your life and they're going to suck you into a relationship and you will not be aware of who they are. You are going to figure them out even before they start talking. Most of the times, we want to give people a benefit of a doubt. You know what I mean? A person comes in, you say, okay, so you're going to let them, a couple of days, like just give them a week, maybe even give them a month. You'll be watching along as they play with themselves. You already know these individuals, they're narcissists. Even some of them, they're not aware that they're narcs. But if you're awakened, when you meet a narcissist, most of the time you're going to be very shocked when you see these individuals, they're going to come in. Some of them, they know they're narcissists, but some of them don't even know. You're going to see the patterns in front of you clearly. So the thing what I'm letting you know in this video, guys, is that when you awaken, it's not like the end of the story. You know what I mean? Because you see, the universe, God has been putting you through so many tests. When you've been with a narcissist, you've been going through some kind of a test. It has been a very, very long test. And the awakening is the final exam. Now, let me repeat this. When you've been with a narcissist, you've been studying. You've been studying them. You know what they do. You know what they want. You know what they're up to. You know what they're after. You know each and everything about them. You will be learning a lot of these lessons during the course of these entanglements. At the end of those entanglements, the final exam will be the awakening. That is when God is going to pop you out of those entanglements. God will come around and so it's like a switch. God will just come and tap your head and say, hey, listen, it's time up, game over. He will tap your head, you wake up. Then you have the spiritual awakening, you get out. But let me tell you something. After that, what usually happens, God wants to know, have you seen the lessons? Have you learned them? Have you learned everything? Have you come out stronger? Can you love yourself better? Because you see, at the end of the day, in the beginning, initially, for you to let in these kind of toxic individuals, you did not know anything about self-love, so you never put yourself first. You have been allowing them to come in relationships, this and this, jobs, job places, this and that. You've been letting them in your life, but now God wants to know: have you learned the lessons? At the end of the day, have you learned? What have you learned? And if have you learned, can you now love yourself better? So that's when you see the tests now are starting to come in. The next one comes in. You send them off. The other one comes in. Guys, I think, in my opinion, in my journey, we're talking about. I could have seen about 10 of them. I could have seen about 10 of them. But let me tell you something. When you're awakened, you're awakened. They come. They show up. You know them. You figure them out. You send them out. They come around. You figure them out. You send them out. I think I had about 10 of them. And most of the times when they are coming in, they are going to mirror. They are going to mirror the sweetest empath you've ever seen on this universe. They are going to mirror the sweetest empath you've ever met. They are going to come in with a very, very sweet energy. Oh, sweetheart, what do we let's do this and let's do that. You're going to see them in the beginning. They're trying to play around with themselves. But you see, one thing with the narcissist is like you cannot it cannot take them ages before they start exposing themselves. So most of the times the narcissist, they have got this pattern, which is like when they come into your life, in a few days, sometime a few weeks, you're going to see them. They may mirror your energy a little bit in the beginning. They may mirror you the things which you like. You see them sometimes they try to do things like you. They want to be, they do those things that you like. What does he like? What does she like? You know what I mean? Before you know it, let me tell you something. Within a short time, they're going to start exposing themselves. So most of the time, that's when you catch up on them. You know what I mean? As long as you're awakened, most of the times when those guys come in, you're going to catch up on them very quickly. But the question will be, why can those people don't let you to rest? Why don't those people don't let you to have a break? Why can't they give you a break? Why don't they leave you alone? The only reason is because you're chosen one. When you're chosen one, the awakened empath, you are a highly targeted individual. If they cannot use a woman or a man to come around and seduce you, try to entangle with your relationships or things like that, they are going to use your best friend. They are going to use people that you know in your workplace. They're going to use your landlords. They're going to use your neighbors. They are going to use anybody in your circle. Those demons, they are just, this is like a network. So if this one fails, the other one will be okay. So the other one will take over. So now that's when you're going to meet another person in your store. And that person is going to attack you. For no apparent, guys, let me tell you something. When you're a chosen one, you do not need a reason for people to attack you. You do not need a reason. Those individuals, they're going to find you wherever you are. They're going to try to attack you. They're going to stalk you. They're going to follow you. They're going to make sure that each and everything you do, you find them on the way. But usually, let me tell you something, guys, what's happening behind the scenes? God is moving you through this test because God wants to know how much have you learned along your journey. How much are you able to protect yourself? How much do you love yourself in the first place? Because if a person who loves themselves, you don't allow toxic individuals in your energy. A person that loves themselves, they do not allow to take in toxicity in their lives. The very moment you know something is not good for you, it's not for your highest good, it is toxic, you let it go. So normally the test kind of carry on and on and on until the point comes whereby you are a fully bulletproof empath. A time will come whereby you are fully bulletproof. You know all the details. You do not allow in whichever way. It doesn't matter even if it's one red flag. You're ready to send them off. A person comes into your life. You just see one or two red flags. You send them off. A time comes whereby you're a bulletproof empath. You know extremely how to protect your energy and how to protect yourself, even the people around you, your loved ones. So for the awakened empath, it's like some kind of a cycle whereby you feel it is going to feel, because remember that your eyes are open, your spiritual eyes are open. You can see these individuals. It doesn't matter who they are. They cannot hide from you. You can see them. You know who they are. You know where they are. A lot of times, the reason why you are highly targeted in those days is because you have awakened, number one. You've tapped behind the veil. You have been able to see what is exactly behind the veil. Now, those demons are sending the next network. Your wife has failed. Maybe you have separated, you have divorced. They'll send the next one, the neighbor next door. They'll send the other one. If that one fails, they'll send the other one, the new girlfriend, the new boyfriend. If that one fails, they will send somebody in the shop. They will send a lot of these individuals along your journey until you reach that point whereby you have become bulletproof. There is none of them you can never get into your space. None of them, doesn't matter who they are, they can never get into your space. And a lot of times, those individuals, the aim of them flowing in and out of your life, the aim is only one. It has always been one along your journey. Although you have been surviving most of these traps and everything, they've been setting a lot of traps along your journey. Your own parents, they try to sabotage your education, they sabotage your business, they sabotage your relationships, they try to kill you, they do witchcraft on you, they poison you. You survived all of that. You went in to get married. Your partner did the same things. The cycle continued. You woke up after that. You look behind the veil. You saw these demons for who they are. You send them out. The cycle keeps on going on. But the difference is that when you wake up, you're now able to see this thing differently. So you're able to figure it out in a different way. So it's not the same way you used to see it. You see, when you were asleep, a lot of these things was happening and you don't know what is happening. But now you're awake. So now you can see how you can protect yourself in one way or the other. You know what I mean? They come in, you can figure out that they're not good. Maybe there's a sign or two you have seen. You think they're not good for you, you're letting them go, you're releasing them. So most of the times you're going to notice patterns as you wake, chosen ones, awakening empaths. You're going to notice a lot of these patterns. These individuals, the only reason they are coming back, most of the times, they want to come back into your life and put you back to sleep. So that's why you see an awakening empath. It takes a lot of love bombing. So normally when they come, they will come with very, very exclusive techniques to make sure that they suck you into those kind of entanglements. If you're talking about a relationship, you can see those demons will come with the highest level of tactics they want to use against you, because they know, in a very spiritual level, they know you're awakened. They know that for somehow you can know who they are and what they're all about. So when they're sending these kind of individuals, they will come with new techniques, that love bombing you've never seen before. They want to love bomb you in a way that you've never seen before, because they know that you have already tapped into behind the veil. They know that you know what they're all about, and they know that you can look behind the veil. So normally when they are coming in with new techniques and new tactics to suck you into situationships that are going to help them to put you back to sleep. Because remember, an awakened empath is a threat. An awakened empath is a threat to narcissism, because when you're awakened and you know what they're all about, they cannot operate. So they have got to operate in silence, whereby people do not know who they are. But when you're awakened and you know who they are, now you become a threat. That's the reason why most of the times you may want to think, why are you always targeted? Why are they targeting you more than other people? That is because you're awakened, you know who they are. So they come in with new techniques. They want to make sure that they come in and they put you back to sleep. And all these things I'm talking about, people, I know everything I'm talking about. I've seen them myself. But at the end of the day, I realized that it's simply because as you awaken, you become a big threat to the narcissist. That's why they cannot operate. You know what I mean? So according to their own psycho and everything, all those games they are playing, they cannot operate when you're working, because you're waking other people up. And that means that as you wake other people up, it is going to be very difficult for them to operate and to get other victims to put into their kind of abusive cycles and things like that. So let me not think about this video in the comment section below. I just wanted to let you guys know that awakening is not the end of it all. Awakening is not the end of it all. Awakening is just the beginning of the tests, because the universe is going to keep on testing you. God will keep on testing you. They will bring other ones and they bring the next one. You skip that one, they bring the next one. They skip that one, they bring the next one. So it is going to be this kind of cycle whereby now you're becoming stronger, because remember, in that process you're growing and becoming stronger. So God wants to know, how strong have you become? How are you able to do you really understand finally that you need to love yourself more? Have you understood things about yourself? Have you learned the lessons? Or are you still that same person? Because that's why you see a lot of guys, when they awaken from one, in the next month they are hoovered back into those situations, because they have not yet learned the lessons. So most of the times when you find yourself getting hoovered back again and again into those cycles, you have got to be rest assured you have not yet learned the lessons. So God keeps on bringing the new ones. Go and test them. We want to know. So these narcissists, they come into our lives like, I remember watching some video, I think it was from HG Tudor back in the days. It was some kind of a divine intervention. These people, they don't come into your life by coincidence. I've told you guys this whole thing is spiritual. There's a lot of happening in the spiritual realm when it comes to this kind of narcissists. They are not coming to you by coincidence. God will send the next demon. The next one will come. The next one will come. Have they learned the lesson? God wants to know, have you learned the lesson? Are you able to love yourself more? Because the whole thing comes down to self-love. When you have been able to learn to love yourself more and to understand that you deserve better in life, and you don't deserve to be around any form of toxicity, that's when you're able to put all the love back into yourself. Now you're able to keep the toxicity away from your life. So they keep on coming in and out of your life. That's how you see a lot of people. They leave that one, the next one comes in, they start relationships. They leave that one, the next one comes in, they start relationships. They are dragging and they're being dragged into a very long period of narcissistic abusive cycle, and it feels as if they can never get out. But as you awake, the test will continue until it reaches a point whereby you become a bulletproof empath. The very moment you become a bulletproof empath, you're fully enlightened, you're fully guarded, you're fully protected. You know that you can never get involved. It does not matter what the person look like. They come around looking like angels. They have got to go through the X-ray. Before they get into your life, they have got to go through the X-ray. Nobody can just come in the way they used to do that before. Even sometimes you'll find yourself eliminating family members out of your life because you've realized that they have always been part of the problem. So let me not think about this video in the comment section below. Remember, guys, keep on protecting yourself. Always protect your energy. Guard yourself. You have to know these demons are everywhere. They're after your energy, and their intention is to put you back to sleep and to stop you from becoming that person you came here to be. And you're not going to let that happen, chosen ones. Drop us a comment, like and share. You can always book a session with me if you want to, guys. All the links you need, you'll find them in the description section below. And you're always welcome to donate and support this channel. Donations and support are not expected, but they're always welcome because then they help me to move my content to the next level. Until then, I'll catch you in my next one, guys. There's almost signing out. Love and blessings.